What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Patrick here, and moving on to the next example, we have to list the set of words that can be formed using the letters from the word ear. And then from this set, we have to find the subset of actual English words. Then number 2, we have to find the subset of words in alphabetical order. Number 3, find the intersection of the subset from number 1 and words beginning with E. And then number 4, we have to find the union and intersection of the subset from number 2 and words beginning with E as well. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to erase these because I want to draw a tree diagram showing all of the different ways or the different words that can be made from these letters here. So what would happen is if we let the first branch be the first letter in the word. So let's say we have, or not let's say, we only have 3 choices for that first letter. Now, if the first letter that we pick is E, then what's the second letter going to be? What are the choices for the second letter that we have if the first letter is E? Well, we'll only have A and R to pick from. And then if we pick A over here, the only letter that would be left, the final letter, would be R. And then over here, if we pick R for the second letter, E for the first letter, the only letter that would be left with is A for the third letter. So this here is going to be the third letter. All of this over here. Now, if we pick A for the first letter, then for the second letter, we could pick either E or R. And then if we pick E over here, A and E, what would be left? R. If we pick A and R here, what would be left? E. And then here, if we pick R for the first letter, for the second letter, we can pick E or A. If we pick R, E here, we'll be left with A. And then over here, if we pick R and A, we'll be left with E. Like that. So those are all the different words that we can make. And so we can write out these words. So the actual words, let's make the list over here. So we'd have ear, right? Then we'd have E-R-A, era, which is an actual word as well. So let me put another sort of branch there. Then we'll have A-E-R. That's why some of these aren't actual words in the English language. That's why we put quotation marks over here. And then we'll have R, which is an actual word. And then R-E-A. And then we'll have R-A-E. Like that. Right? So I used this tree diagram here to list out all of the different possibilities, all the different words that we can make from those 3 letters. And so how many possibilities are there? There are 6 possibilities. And that makes sense because there's 3 letters in the word. We have 3 possibilities for the first letter. And then once that's chosen, we have 2 left, and then we'll have 1 left. So 3 times 2 times 1 gives us 6 as well. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer the questions 1 to 4. And to do so, I'm actually going to erase the tree diagram. I'm just going to leave the list of words, all the list of combinations that we have here. So number 1, it asked us to list the subset of actual English words. So notice we have ear, that is an actual English word. And then we have era, that's another English word. And then the only other English word, at least from my understanding, is R. Right, so that's the subset from this set. Right, this is the universal set, and now we're looking at different subsets of this universal set. So this is the subset from this universal set of actual English words. And number 2, it's asking find the subset of the words that are alphabetical order. The letters are in alphabetical order. And notice that there's only one combination, this one over here, A, E, R. So there's only one element in this subset, because notice that all of the other combinations, the letters aren't listed in alphabetical order. This is the only element here, the only word, quote unquote, where the letters are in alphabetical order. So there's only one element for that subset. Now, number 3 is asking to find the intersection between subset 1 and then all of the words that start with E. So I'm first actually going to, you could do it on the side, but I'll do it over here. So the words starting with E, we're going to have to use it for number 4 as well. Let's write out this subset first. This is not going to be the answer to number 3, but we're going to be using this subset for number 3 and 4. So the words starting with E would be, there's only 2 of them, ear and era. Right, so that's that subset. Now, what number 3 is asking us for, so let's maybe put number 3 here. This is like side work that we're gonna use this subset for 3 and 4. Now, number 3, what it's asking is find the subset that's the intersection between this subset from number 1 and then this subset over here, the word starting with E. And an intersection is common elements. So what are the common elements between this subset and this subset? Well, notice it's ear and era. So that's what the answer would be for number 3. That's the subset right there. Notice that R, A, R, E we wouldn't include, because even though it's over here, it's not in this subset, and they're asking for the intersection. If they're asking for the union, then we would list all of the elements, because it'd be this or that, all the words from this or that. But they only ask for the intersection, so it has to be common elements between this and this. Now, number 4, what it's asking us is to find the union and the intersection between this subset, words starting with E, and the subset from number 2, which is this over here, the words in where the letters are in alphabetical order. So let's start off with the intersection between this subset and this subset. Those are the 2 we're looking at for number 4. So the intersection between them, what is it going to be? Well, notice it's just the null set, right? There are no elements that are common in both. This element isn't in this subset, and then these 2 elements aren't in this subset. So this would just be an empty set, or you can show it as a 0 with that dash through, right? Both of these are notation for the null set, which basically means there's no elements in that set. But the union, what's the union set going to be? Well, it's either this or that. So we would actually list out all 3 of these. So it'd be AER, EAR, and then ERA. That's what the union would be, because the union, remember, it's from this or that. So it's basically all of the elements, while the intersection is this and that, and there's no elements that's in this and that. All right, so these are the different subsets from that universal set.